Welcome back, Sammy Ripz. We are going to do another video. It's been like 7 or 8 days since we've done one, so it's too long for me. We do our little shorts and all that, so you know what? Whatever, it's cool, man. But no, so as you know, we've been ripping through cards like crazy around here. So I'm like, all right, that's why there hasn't been as many card videos, because I've been doing my Friday night shows and my card giveaways. And so yeah, it's been fun. We're going to keep doing that. Like I said, we got something new coming up. I'm going to try for you guys. It's going to be cool. I got some people that are already interested on it, so instead, now we're going to do Sammy Ripz, story time with Sammy Ripz. Story time with Sammy Ripz. Because as you guys know, me and my daughter were in Chicago today, and I had to take the dentist up there. Like I said, it wasn't a fun day or nothing. But so it's got a story to do with on the way home, and still shows that there's still some good people out there for sure, because it was a good, very good test today of being a man and being a father, all in a matter of like 30 seconds, okay? So this, I'm going to tell you the story of what happened to me and little Payten on the way home today from Chicago after the dentist. So, you know, the whole procedure, she's got to get a cap on her tooth and all that, blah, 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 little baby tooth, because they don't want to pull it too early. You know, the other tooth's not grown in yet. Sorry, I'm all itchy. I've been outside. This will make sense. I got to take a shower. This will make sense of the story why I'm all itchy. But so they didn't want to pull the tooth. They want to cap it until the other tooth grows in. Blah, 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 whatever, that's fine. So, but she's never been like under any anesthesia or nothing before. So, long story short, that part, we go up and I go back to get her after she wakes up and everything, and she's back there all, groggy and dead. Looking like me on a Friday night. No, I'm teasing, not anymore. But, so, I carry her out of there, and, she's confused, obviously. Like, I was going to do a video of her, like, the parents do the videos of the kids after the dentist and all that. But I was like, nah, she was kind of crying and said her tooth hurt. I'm like, I'm not going to take a video of my kid crying. I'm not that much of a monster like some of these people. But, so I get her in the van, and I'm like, okay, and she's like, oh, it hurts, Dad. And she's crying and out of it and can't figure out why they got an IV in her arm. I'm like, what's this? Like, I should have taken a video, but I was just trying to get her out of there. So we're heading out, she's in the back of the van, just a complete mess. And we get to, we get off, get out of the city and get on 90 up there. And where it's, bumper to bumper, asshole to asshole traffic for like, 5-10 miles. And so we're getting through that. And, she's a mess. And I'm like, just, you're fine. We got to wait a minute before we can drink water and all this, do the dad thing, trying to calm her down. So we'll get ice cream. It's cool, because ice cream really gets them. That's like their hope, if you will. Like, okay, I'm going to tough through this, get ice cream. And plus, I always get ice cream too. So that's cool. But, we're going through and we're getting through the asshole to asshole traffic. And we get like 2 miles, not even, thank the Lord that we got that far. We got 2 miles out of the traffic. And I see the tire gauge come on. And I'm like, it's like one of those things, like deep down inside, you just know. You're like, this is not going to end well. Like, and sure enough, we get about another half mile, and you feel it. And I'm like, son of a gun. So she's in the back of mess. Now I've got a flat tire, and I'm on 90. It's still 4 lanes right out of Chicago. Thank goodness, like I said, it was where it was. So I pull over to the side of the road, and I'm like, man, she doesn't even know what's going on because she's so out of it and whacked out from the anesthesia. So I'm like, we got a flat tire that, so I called my dad because I had my dad's van. I'm like, hey, because I went out and checked the tire and opened the back of the van. I'm like, where's the tire on this thing? So it's in the center of between the passenger and the driver's seat. They call it the doghouse, like in the vans, it's that big center console. Well, those pop out, and under that is something you got to, you put the jack on and it lowers the tire from underneath the van. So that was the first step. But, you're using that chintzy jack. I'm on 90 with this car just flying by. And I'm like, man, this is stupid. So I got the front of the van jacked up with that chintzy jack. Got the tire all the way down. Got the spare tire out. Got the line reeled back in, screwed back in. Lowered the van down. Got to the back of the van where the flat tire was now. Mine just has already been 30, 40 minutes. And like I said, I still got a kid in the van, just a complete wreck. And I'm trying to open the door like, you're fine, and trying to do this. And like I said, test of being a dad and being a father and being a man today. It was a test. And so I get to the back of the van, like, all right, I'm going to get a good spot to jack it up and all that. And, I'm just using the jack and that one size fits all lug nut, like to take the lug nuts off. So I go through and, the lug nuts, I got 4 of them off beautifully. I get to the 5th one and the jack won't fit on it. Or the lug nut, the wrench won't fit on it. I'm like, okay, hold on. So I'm, doing what you're not supposed to do, trying to hammer it on there at the back of the jack, anything, and it will not go on. and it's on far enough, but it's starting to strip it, so I don't want to do any further. So now I'm really like, okay, here we go. I've gotten this far. I got 4 of the 5 lug nuts off. The 5th one won't fit the wrench. At this point, I'm starting, you know me, I'm calm, I'm cool, but I'm starting to get a little like, oh man, whatever. Here we go. So I called the old man. I was like, hey, you got any more tools? So there might be a black bag. I'm searching for tools. My wife's calling me. My mom's calling me. And finally, so I call my wife. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and call someone to come over here and, pay the money to fix a tire on the side of the road. And I'm starting to get a little irritated with her. So sorry, honey, because I was starting to get a little irritated at that point. Love you. But, so then I called, there's like star 999 is like the roadside assistance out there on the tollway. So, and this is where it gets cool. This is where I got lucky. And, those of you who are religious will call it the God moment. Those of you who are not will call it a coincidence in the right place, right time moment. But either way, that moment happened. And as I'm on the phone with the star 999 people trying to explain where I'm at, give them the information, have them send somebody out. And I'm like, this is going to be just a disaster for 2 more hours. The messed up kid in the backseat and a flat tire on 90. And all of a sudden I look behind me and there's a Illinois Tollway roadside assistance truck that has 999, like the phone number on the, I'm on the phone with the guy. I'm like, did you already send a truck? Like, that was quick. He's like, no. And I'm like, well, there's someone here. I'm going to talk to them. So I hung up and I went out there. I talked to the guy. He's like, yeah, I just noticed that you were on the side of the road. And I was driving by. I'm like, thank the Lord. Thank you. I'm like, yes, man, I've got 4 of these 5 lug nuts off. So long story short, this guy, he ends up being a really cool guy. Tell him I got a 7-year-old and they're all whacked out on, from anesthesia. And, at first, because, you're in Chicago, you're in 4-lane traffic. At first, the guy's not even saying 2 words to me, really. But then we get a little conversation in, and he brings me tools over. I'm getting a tire off. He brings a good jack over, helps me get the jack, get it jacked up with the right jack. And long story short, we got the tire on. And I'm like, do you guys take tips nowadays? Like, no, don't worry about it. And so he goes back to his truck, and I go back to the van, and I think I had like $60 cash on me. It was all I had left. And I'm like, here, man, I really appreciate you saved my ass today for sure. You are the hero. If I live closer, I'd buy you a steak dinner. And I go to hand him the $60. He's like, no, man. You keep that. Go take your daughter out for ice cream, man. Save that for your daughter. I appreciate it. Just a cool guy. We shook hands. I'll never see this guy again. Don't know his name. Don't know where he's from. Obviously he's from around there. But just the fact that, just a cool, I know it's our job to help, but he was not a jerk about it. He was, he could have been like, here's the tools, good luck. He was out there helping me and talking with me and, take care of your daughter. Don't worry about the tip. Just a good dude, man. So out of a whole nightmare situation, we did have to go 55 miles an hour the whole way back on the donut, but we made it back, made it to Genoa, went to Genoa to McDonald's to get ice cream. The ice cream machine was down, so then my daughter's really upset because she had to wait, a certain time to eat after all that. So the nightmare of a day finally came to an end. We're back home now. I'm still filthy from being under a car. That's why I'm all itchy and I feel nasty. So I'm going to go take a shower. The kids got a shower. Me and little Payten made it back. What a nightmare. But you know what? It happens sometimes, man. When you're a parent, when you're a father, you're a man, you're going to get tested. And then I was real close to throwing a wrench today. I'm not going to lie. I was close to throwing that jack stand. And then I sat down. My wife called me, like, all right, here's what we're going to do. And it all worked out beautifully. Like I said, you just chill out, take a breath for a minute. It'll all work out. It shows there's still good people in the world. So there's my Sammy Ripz story. If you guys want me to do more of these story time with Sammy Ripz, you guys that know me know I can tell stories on here for 4 or 5 days in a row. This is just the one from today, so I had to tell that. But let me know. Leave in the comments below if you want some more stories from Sammy Ripz. And, maybe hit me up like, hey, remember this story that when we were idiot kids? Tell me. I'll tell it on here. While we're waiting for cards to arrive, I'll tell stories. Story times with Sammy Ripz. So like I always said, man, thank you guys. Much love and peace out.